You ever get so lost in a story, a book, a movie, a show, that the entire world around you just disappears? It feels like magic, right? Well, today, we're going to pull back the curtain on that magic. We're going to dig into the timeless ingredients that make a story not just good, but great. The kind that lasts for centuries. Okay, let's get into it.
I mean, this quote just nails it, doesn't it? Literature makes us play truant with the present world. It's an escape hatch, a mini vacation for your brain, a chance to be someone else for a little while. That is an incredible power. So, how do they do it? How do writers and creators build these worlds that sometimes feel even more real than our own?
Well, here's the thing. While it absolutely feels like magic, it's not just random. The stories that really last, the ones that stick with us for years, they all share some key qualities. And the best part? We can actually learn to spot them. It's kind of like getting your own critic's toolkit to see how the whole thing is put together.
So what is the secret sauce? What allows a story like Beowulf, written, over 1,000 years ago, to still give us chills? What are those core ingredients that make one piece of art last, while literally thousands of others just fade away?
Think of it this way. History is like a river. Over the centuries, all the junk kind of sinks or floats away, but the really pure, clear water just keeps flowing. Well, the stories that make it into that clear stream, they're not there by accident. They've all passed a certain test. A test of permanence. So what's the first part of that test?
All right, the very first tool for our toolkit. The first major test a story has to pass is all about its heart. It's about whether the story connects with something deep down inside all of us, no matter who we are or when we lived.
And that quality has a name, universality. It's a story's power to tap into the big stuff, the feelings we all share. Things like love, courage, loss, and that classic struggle between good and evil. A story that has universality is speaking a language that everyone, everywhere, can understand. It's the story's beating heart.
And check this out, you can see it in action right here. In Beowulf, our hero is fighting a literal flesh and blood monster. Okay, now fast forward a few centuries to Chaucer's Canterbury Tales. The characters there, they aren't fighting swamp creatures. They're dealing with jealousy, ambition, and corruption. The bad guys look different, but the core human struggle is exactly the same. It's us against the darkness, whether that darkness is a monster from a cave or a flaw inside ourselves.
Okay, so a story needs a universal heart. Got it. But that's not the whole picture. I mean, thousands of stories are about love or courage. The ones that truly last also need a unique voice. And that brings us to our second key ingredient, the author's own personal fingerprint. We call this style. And it's way more than just picking fancy words. As the saying goes, style is the man. It's the author's personality, their specific way of looking at the world, and it gets baked right into the story itself. It's why one director's film feels totally different from another's, even if they're both about, say, justice.
Okay, just listen to this for a second. This is from an old Anglo-Saxon poem. Wow. You can almost feel the cold spray, can't you? The style is raw, it's harsh, it's powerful. It's packed with the sounds of a tough life by the sea, the screaming birds, the ice-cold waves. That's a rugged, intense personality coming right through the words.
Now listen to this. From Chaucer, centuries later, the whole feeling is completely different, right? The language is smooth, elegant, almost like a song. Where the first poet gave us the harsh cry of a seabird, Chaucer gives us blissful light. What you're hearing are two totally distinct styles, two different personalities, each tackling the human experience in their own unforgettable way.
So there we have it, our two main tools. Universality, that's the heart of the story, and style, that's its unique voice. Now when we put those two together, we can really start to see why these classic stories have had such a massive, lasting impact on us.
And we can see this pattern everywhere. Beowulf taps into our universal fear of the unknown, and it does it with that harsh, powerful style. Chaucer looks at the universal goofiness of human society, but with a style that's super witty and personal. Then you have someone like Milton, who takes on the biggest theme of all, good versus evil, and tells it with a grand, epic style that feels as big as the universe.
So here it is, your very own critic's toolkit, boiled down to 2 simple steps. The next time you finish a story, any story at all, just try this out. First, look for the heart. Ask yourself, what basic human feeling is this story connecting with? Then, listen for the voice. What's totally unique about the way this story is being told? What's the creator's fingerprint on it?
Now, this isn't about ruining the magic, not at all. It's actually about appreciating it even more. Once you understand how these amazing stories are built, you become a much more active and insightful reader or viewer. It's like you can finally see the incredible architecture behind the awe-inspiring cathedral.
And that brings us to the big question, the one I want to leave you with. Using your new toolkit, think about the stories of our time. The books, the movies, the shows we're all obsessed with right now. Which ones do you think have both a universal heart and a truly unforgettable style? Which of them are going to pass that test of time? It's something to think about the next time you finish a really great story.